You're going to have to forgive me for the bad hairdo, but yes, it is that time of the week. Let's go ahead and talk about all of the updates for literally every single thing that's happening over at the Big Two and the Independent section. Let's check into it. So the first book I'd like to talk about is Star Wars Hidden Empire Omnibus, which I actually don't know the changes in content for this, but this did get a 176 page bump up to 1,176. It was previously 1,000 pages, still coming out on the 17th of February. We're also seeing another Epic Collection get another hit with, well, this has already been hit once. This is the Guardians of the Galaxy Epic Collection Homecoming, which is now coming out on the 23rd of September instead of the 16th of September. Avengers 29, which uncovers some secrets that we might not have known to Secret Wars on the 27th of August instead of the 20th of August. We have another delay for Death of the Silver Surfer issue number 3, which, yes, there might be or might not be some synergy along with that specific Marvel movie. This is now coming out on the 27th of August instead of the 20th of August. Issue number 4 of that same series, in retrospect, is now coming out on the 24th of September instead of the 10th of September. Bring on the bad guys, Dormammu. Yes, this is a small mini one-shot event, if you will, that Marvel is doing. This is now coming out on the 27th of August instead of the 20th of August. Marvel Knights, The World to Come by Joe Quesada and Christopher Priest is now coming out on the 10th of September instead of the 27th of August, I should say. So this one, we have seen some delays hit it, which means that, yes, there will probably be a delay for the collected editions and so on and so forth later to come. The X-Men Age of Apocalypse Alpha one-shot is now coming out on the 10th of September instead of the 3rd of September. This is the Jeff Loeb, Simone DeMeo kickoff, if you will. Spider-Girl, Breathe Through the Fire. This used to be a volume 1, now it is a standalone trade paperback. This is also going to end on issue 7 instead of issue 5, and as such we're going to see a price bump up to $19.99 instead of $17.99 and 168 pages instead of 120 pages, now coming out next year on the 24th of March. Runaways issue number 4 as part of the One World Under Doom event is now coming out on the 17th of September instead of the 10th of September. Next, we have X-Men Blue and Gold Mutant Genesis Omnibus as a way to sort of rebrand the Jim Lee era of X-Men. This is now coming out on the 30th of September instead of the 9th of September. So yes, a big hit for me, but yes, I will probably be getting this Omni because I am an X-sucker. Wolverine Old Man Logan Premiere Collection is now coming out on the 21st of October instead of the 30th of September. Hawkeye, My Life as a Weapon, a premiere collection in the same format as Wolverine Old Man Logan. Yes, this is also collecting the Young Avengers issue. This is the Matt Fraction and David Aja, or most of it. Half of it. 25th of November instead of the 4th of November. And for Marvel, Imperial War Nova Centurion is now $3.99 instead of $4.99. So your wallet is safe, I hope. All right, DC release date updates. We got Peacemaker Presents the Vigilante and Eagly double feature 5th issue. This is now coming out on the 27th of August instead of the 13th of August. Absolute Batman number 11, one of my favorite books coming out. It is now coming out on the 20th of August instead of the 13th of August. Batman and Robin Year 1, the standard size hardcover, is now $39.99 instead of $49.99. I believe we have seen this from previous solicits. All right, I need to talk about a little bit of something and maybe a teaser, maybe not a teaser. Green Lantern Rebirth Compendium. The first is that this specific compendium is getting a bump up to 1,624 pages instead of 1,536 pages. But not only that, they have removed the Volume 1 insignia as far as this collection is concerned. So when you see it in solicitations, at least as what is marked on Penguin Random House and Edelweiss, it is just Green Lantern Rebirth Compendium. And I say this in respect to two things. The first of which is that Volume 2 of the so-called series, if you will, Sinestro Corps War, was just put up on the most recent Edelweiss catalog. So as you may see, it looks like they are going forward with this format. But not only that, we also have the previous 4 volumes now technically defunct because these collected editions will collect issues never before been collected. At least, I am just at least talking in terms of what is on Edelweiss for Green Lantern Rebirth. So if you are looking to get all of Jeff Johns' Green Lantern, or the return of Hal Jordan, if you will, in Green Lantern as Rebirth might signify, I would suggest look to this format for more updates in the future. But as of now, that Volume 1 is removed, and yes, it's still $60 for over 1,600 pages of comic book goodness. Next up, we have DC vs. Vampires World War V, issue number 12, getting another push back to the 10th of September instead of the 27th of August. In that same date and time frame, New History of the DC Universe, issue number 3, is also being pushed to the 10th of September instead of the 27th of August. Issue number 4 of the Mark Waid Spearhead is now coming out on the 1st of October instead of the 24th of September. Batman, The Last Halloween, Long Halloween, Last Halloween, the super big long name as it very much is, in that same time frame as DC vs. Vampires and New History number 3 is now coming out on the 10th of September instead of the 27th of August. This is a big one for a lot of folks. People were wondering, are you going to collect Titans in a nice deluxe hardcover? Is it going to be in Nightwing by Taylor Volume 2? Well, they're just going to put it in an omnibus, Titans by Tom Taylor. This is now $100 instead of $125 as we have seen it earlier, but for those who want that Omni, yes, it is a lot of money, but it also is the continuation, if you will, of Tom Taylor's run. Nightwing issues 101 to 105 really are, or if you want to even call it issue number 100 as well, they really do signify the beginning of a new era for the Titans, with them stationed in a, I'm not going to say it because it is a spoiler, but if that is something that you are looking forward to, look no further than the Dawn of DC run of Titans by Tom Taylor, Nicholas Scott, Ivan Reyes, and Lucas Mayer. Kid Flash Going Rogue by my good friend Steve Fox, Jerry Gaylord are now coming out. It is not coming out on the 3rd of February of next year instead of the 4th of November. And soon to be here, maybe soon, the Batman and Robin Volume 2, the Gotham Cycle trade paperback, is now coming out on the 24th of February. Well, still coming out on the 24th of February of next year. It is now $17.99 instead of $19.99 and 136 pages instead of 176 pages. All right, we got the creator-owned and IP licensed non-Big 2 stuff. Gunsmith Cats Burst Omnibus Volume 1 is now coming out on the 3rd of February instead of the 20th of January. Gunsmith Cats Burst Omnibus Volume 2 is now coming out on the 31st of March instead of the 17th of March. Youngblood Vault Edition Volume 1 is going to stay in the vault till next year, now coming out on the 28th of January instead of the 3rd of December. Spawn Vault Edition Volume 3 is now coming out on the 7th of January instead of the 10th of December. Unnatural Blue Blood is now coming out on the 10th of September instead of the 27th of September. Or sorry, August, I should say. Battle Pope 25th Anniversary Deluxe is now coming out on the 8th of October instead of the 10th of September. Spread Compendium getting a downsize to $39.99 instead of $49.99. TMNT issue number 11, Jason Aaron's second or penultimate issue. This is now coming out on the 3rd of September instead of the 27th of August. And the Conan the Barbarian volumes 1 through 3 box set, 7th of October instead of the 9th of September.
If you haven't yet, check out our website, comicreleases.com, my and Webhead's love letter to comics, a hotspot where you can finally figure out what's coming out, when, from what place. Our unique upcoming website tracker in the Collected Editions tab makes sure that you're on top of every single collected edition coming out on the market, with release date updates to the minute, from the tiniest graphic novels to the giant Generator Deluxe hardcovers as large as an absolute. Our unique spreadsheet not only gives out the most accurate information out there, but our format also filters and ensure that you can find your books as quickly as possible. The tracker also gives out links to domestic and international retailers so that you can purchase your comic books at the snap of a finger. We are also proud to host monthly solicitations as per given by the publishers that generously send us information to give to you all. From the Ultimate Universe to the creator-loved Oceans and Universes, We specialize in giving you the most readable format of solicitations without any of the annoying advertisements. If you also donate to our Patreon at just $2 a month, which is less than a coffee at Starbucks, you will receive access to a special watch list dedicated to individually tracking items that are on your wish list, past or present. Place in your tracking number and make sure that these books also not only come in safe, you can even put in special comments on these as well. On top of that, your name will also show up at the end of every single Dom of X video creates as a huge thank you. That is comicreleases.com. For more information, check this out down in the description. If you also want to contact me or Webhead, check the contact forms down in the description or email me down in the description.
That's going to be it for me. Let me know down in the comments section if you were personally affected by any of these. I know that you are just excited as me to talk about this catalog, and I will have 2 videos up on my channel soon to talk about, well, all of the intangibles at least for the catalog, as the contents are absolutely not finalized. I'm Dom of X. Please stay safe, everybody, and dominate the day wherever you go.